joshful students preparing for NSEP. Now we have already prepared most of it. Now we are at the last stage right now, where many of us wonder if there are certain key topics that we should be focusing more on. See, the point with NSCP is you don't really have to master the 100% of syllabus. The cutoff marks is low, but even that low is not easy to achieve, obviously. But the point is that you don't have to study the entire 11th and 12th ka portion. You can, at the last moment, focus on a few key concepts. And those are the ones that we are going to talk about. What are these five major concepts that you should be focusing right now? Now, before I start that, let me introduce myself. Obviously, you have taken sessions with me. My name is Bhavdeep Sethi, and I have a passion for physics. I have a passion for teaching, and with that passion, I have been converting physics haters into physics lovers. And I always say, physics ko ratta maroge to physics bura मान जाएंगे. Go out in nature, explore nature. You will learn physics in a conceptual way. Now, first things first, exam is on 24th of November. That is a Sunday at 8:30 a.m. Right there. आ गया यार exam तो. So there are few areas where you can focus more right now to score high in the exam. The very first here, obviously, no-brainer, mechanics. I mean, mechanics is the major portion of physics, right? Mechanics is so vast, so deep. I mean, mechanics करने में ही बहुत time लग जाएगा. But you don't really have to do the entire thing. You can focus on kinematics, the laws of motion, work energy, and obviously the conservation laws, the law of conservation of linear momentum, angular momentum, conservation of energy, because the kind of questions you will have here is basically a mix, a blend of these topics. So it's not going to be a straightforward question कि ball को ऊपर फेंका, how high it will go. Obviously, those are two elementary type of questions. But the point here is you will be getting a mix of concepts. You will have to combine these concepts, glue these together. So unless you are very comfortable, very deep understanding of these topics, those questions might sound difficult to you. So I would say don't go breadth-wise in mechanics, focus on these. These are going to be the key topics that will be blended together. So when you study mechanics, focus on these because the blending usually happens with these topics. So focus on this. Now, the next portion that I would recommend is thermodynamics and heat. And obviously, when you say thermodynamics, we are talking about the laws of thermodynamics, the conduction, convection, radiation, the flow of heat, specific heats. Sometimes Carnot cycle, Carnot engine questions also come in. But again, think about this is not going to be a straightforward question that you will face in the exam. It's going to be a mix, it's going to be a blending of these. So make sure that whatever you're studying here, you have depth, in-depth knowledge of those topics. Because when you have a mix of concepts coming together in one question, you really have to have a deep understanding of those topics. So please make sure that whatever you're studying with these, you're going very, very deep into that. Now, the next one on my list is obviously the electrodynamics. Coulomb's law, that's where the electrostatics starts. So, Coulomb's law, potentials, fields, potentials and field go hand in hand. Then capacitor. Capacitor is one area that you can have very, very challenging questions made out of. I mean, what is a capacitor? This nail cutter, it's a capacitor basically. It's a conductor. Any conductor, any piece of metal is a capacitor. But as simple as it sounds, you can have really, really very challenging questions made out of it. So I would strongly recommend focusing in depth on the capacitors, potentials, capacitors, right? Then also the current, electricity, and magnetic fields. And obviously, like other topics here, also you will have a mix of fields, electric fields, magnetic fields, and these things will be mixed together. Kirchhoff laws, you can't miss going in depth into Kirchhoff law. So study Kirchhoff law for resistors and also capacitors. So make sure, again, I will repeat the same thing over and over. Whatever you're studying, you really have to go deep at this point because when they mix the concepts, unless you really have a deep understanding of those concepts, you will find that question very challenging. So go in depth with these concepts. Now, when you talk of optics, basically, so ray optics is asked a lot. So you should be comfortable with the ray diagrams. You should not be struggling with those minor basic things. I know ray diagrams start in grade 10th, And if you're studying for NSEP, you might think, okay, what's big deal about ray diagrams? But the point here is it's not simple concept that we are going to deal here. Two mirrors, one lens, two lens, one mirror, combination of water lens, glass lens, then another mirror, concave, convex. लेक है, लेक के नीचे एक शीशा रख दिया, बीच में लेंस रख दिया. So those kind of combinations will come in. So again, unless you have a deep understanding of these ray diagrams, you might find those challenging. Again, when I say ray diagrams, I'm not asking you to memorize those ray diagrams. के भाई center of curvature पर है तो कहाँ? Those are very elementary things. I'm assuming those are very easy for you. What I'm talking about ray diagrams here is a combination of optical devices. You should really be comfortable with how you can combine these things, reflection, refraction, and all those. Now, similarly, things like film interference. So, thin film interference is another area where we have seen questions coming in the past. And again, optical instruments, these things do not come in your board exams usually, but these are asked here. So, microscopes, telescopes. And again, I'll say whatever you can do, go in depth right now. Right? So make sure that you really understand how these things work. And if I have to choose one of my favorites in today's list, that is going to be modern physics. Why? You can't mix things here. Right. Thing is, if you're talking about radioactivity, you're talking about radioactivity. You're not going to be mixing radioactivity with photoelectric effect. Unlike in mechanics or optics or electrodynamics, you can mix things together. You can have a resistor and a capacitor, inductor, those kind of things, and then a big mess of those networks. You can make things challenging there. You can make things challenging here as well, but you can't be mixing like lens and mirrors. You're mixing things there. You cannot be mixing these things. These are going to be straightforward formula based. The key here is to understand the question. I will repeat what I said just now. Modern physics, mein the key is to read the question multiple times to see what is being asked. And once you read that question multiple times, you will say, "Bas itna hi," and you will really find it easy. The key thing here is to understand the question. Solution is usually very easy. So this is my favorite on the list for the fact that this is very, very scoring and you will rarely make mistakes. If you understand the question, solution will not have any mistakes. So these were the five key areas I would say you should focus right now. Now again, if at the last moment you're looking for some extra help with me, I am starting the Achievers batch. Many students have asked me via Telegram कि भाई Achievers batch लेकर कब आओगे? So we are starting on 4th of November. दिवाली का नेक्स्ट वीक जो है दैट इज व्हेन वी स्टार्ट दिस. सो 4th of November से एवरी डे क्लासेस मंडे थ्रू फ्राइडे एवरी डे 6 to 7:30 p.m. आई विल रिपीट दैट. दिवाली का नेक्स्ट वीक का जो मंडे है दैट इज 4th of November. देन नो ब्रेक्स इन बिटवीन मंडे ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे थर्सडे फ्राइडे. सैटरडे यू डू द प्रैक्टिस. एंड नाउ विद एवरी क्लास टोटल ऑफ 15 क्लासेस बिकॉज तीन वीक है तो 3 वीक में 15 दिन हो गए मंडे से फ्राइडे. देयर आर 15 सेशंस हियर. We are going to be doing PYQs, high level PYQs. Some of them are NSEP, some of them are Indian Physics Olympiad, and maybe a few from International Physics Olympiad also. But with every session, you're going to get an assignment to solve. So total of 15 assignments. But unfortunately, test ka time kam milega because we have 3 weeks only. So two-part test and the final 23rd go, you will be doing the final full test and then go with full confidence on 24. So make sure you are enrolling for this. Fees is 2222, but you apply this coupon code BS Pro 1 and you get it for 19.99. The link is below here. You can do that. You can use that link for the coupon code. If you're looking for a long-term kind of batch, we have full physics mastery 2025 that goes, it's already started and it goes till November 2025. So next year ka NSEP. But you can enroll here. Whatever we cover here, you can use that in this NSEP and then build on that and give the next one with full Josh. Again, each this divided into 5 modules. Each module is 2,500. So 5 times that is 12,500. But modules which are already covered so far, you don't have to pay for that. So these are the modules. Now, any prerequisite, and I always say there are prerequisites like willingness to learn, commitment to hard work, and your josh. These are the prerequisites. You should not say मेरे को trigonometry नहीं आता मैं आ जाऊँ. अरे आ जाओ यार. As long as you're willing to learn. पढ़ने वाले बनो मैं पढ़ाऊंगा. सीखने वाले बनो मैं सिखाऊंगा. Okay. We have been getting so many medals here, obviously, with this Josh. And I will see you soon, students, whether or not you're joining those paid batches or no. Keep coming to this Telegram channel. Subscribe to the channel, share the channel, let your friends know about this. Thank you so much. Bye bye. See you.